Happy Monday! So starting off the video strong, I have a couple hauls to show you. Hubby and I went out this past weekend and we went to Five Below and Hobby Lobby. So we'll start with Five Below because that's where we went first. So I found the world's smallest items. I love collecting these. So this one is bananagrams. I'm excited to open it and see. It says it includes 144 tiles, so I'm curious to see what the tiles look like. But I thought that this would be a good doll game because I do have Connect 4 already. So I kind of like the thought of collecting board games for them, for props. And then I got a Polaroid camera. I'm going to take the little keychain part off. But yeah, I thought this was cute too. I do actually have a Polaroid of my own. I should get film for it because the film is expensive. Oh my goodness. But yeah, so I thought that this was really cool. So I got that one also. And then going along with miniature games, I also got their mini deck of playing cards. This was $1. I think it probably is a little big for the SD size, but I thought it would be a good size for, like props for photography or whatever. Or for my 72 centimeter guy. These might be a pretty decent fit for him. So I thought that was cool, and I like the little case that it comes with. So I got that. My receipt. And then I finally found the juicy pouch with the mini tote bag. I'll probably use the lip butters. This was $5, but of course my dolls get the bag. And I do have a pink one from Hobby Lobby that I got a while ago, but I thought this was cool, so we'll add this to my purse display. So I thought that was neat. And then last but not least, this bag. I wanted a convention bag that I could fit at least one doll in, so here we are, and it's clear, so you know you can safely see through it. I like the blue color. I'm looking forward to decorating it and maybe making some bag charms to go on it. And it has a pocket here. So yeah, that was what I got at Five Below. And then we have Hobby Lobby. And let me just say, the remnants were, what's the term? Poppin'. A receipt, put that away. So first I got this really nice mesh. It's really stretchy. It's like a power mesh, essentially, but it's got some good stretch to it. I'm thinking either tights, mesh tights, or form-fitting like long sleeve tops that like go under dresses and stuff. So there's that one. There's this one. This is a spandex, like a t-shirt material. I like the color. I thought it was very pretty. So leggings, shirts, maybe some underwear sets, we'll see. And then we have this really cool piece of sequin fabric, which I thought would be kind of cool for maybe like faux chainmail, since hopefully there will be a box opening later, somewhere later in the video. Or maybe some cool space clothes for one of my BJDs, resin dolls. And then I got some suede fringe fabric here. Thought that was cool. Last for this bag, we got some more Eileen's tacky glue. This is what I use when assembling my slippers. I got 2 yards of each of these fabrics. So I should have plenty to work with. First up, we have this really pretty pink floral. And then we have this really pretty pink rose and greenery. Can you tell I was compelled by florals today, or this weekend? And then we have like a smaller floral print there. Now this one I thought was really cool. I actually saw it while I was standing in line waiting to get fabric cut, and I had to grab it. It's like rainbow tie-dye dinosaurs. So I'm thinking like some guy button-downs or some girl like tie front shirts. But I thought that print was so cool. And then we have dark pink and light pink check. Cool. All right, so those were all cottons, and then this one is a stretchy. I was using the green and white check, and this is the black and white check that goes with it. So leggings, maybe some dresses, pencil skirts. Anyway, so that's this one. And then I thought, if I feel confident enough, I will add some jeans to the shop. So that is my Hobby Lobby haul. So I'm going to go throw these fabrics in the washer and get them all prepped and ready to go on the shelf for whenever I'm ready to use them. Which may still be a while. I haven't decided. I still have a bunch of other things to sew together. So we will see how far we get. Anyway, so that was the haul portion of our Monday video. Of our Monday segment. So, on to the next one. Alright, so there have been some improvements made to the studio over the weekend, so we'll start here to the left. Someone in the neighborhood had 2 of these wire racks out on the curb, so we grabbed them. So now I have a pretty stable shelf for my printer and my packing supplies. And I got this little shelf hung up. Still looking for a plant to hang up here. I haven't quite decided which one in my collection to use. Over here is the second shelf. This is all my patterns, pattern making, and then cutout pieces. And then up above it, I finally got these hung up. And this one I'm using for bags. And this one I'm going to use for shoes because I'm commissioning like 5 new pairs of Smart Doll shoes. So I'm really excited about that. Other than that, that is all the improvements that I made over the weekend. There's Mr. Arlo. Say hi, Arlo. Okay. Yeah, so let's go see what's at the table. So this is what I kind of worked on Friday and a little bit Saturday. Friday we went to my husband's military ball, so I spent most of that day getting ready for things. But this is what it will look like. And there's the ribbon strap. So I got the lace sewed on and the initial strap. So now I just have to go do my little top stitch. So it looks like that. And then what I did, I thought was sort of clever. I went ahead and attached the ribbon, and then once I fold everything over, like so, it gets folded up this way. That way there's like two bits of sewing it to strengthen the hold it has, I guess is the best way to describe that. So these I have pinned. These are ready to top stitch. This one was my do it first, see how I like the process, and then these ones I still have to pin. And these are for the cropped camisoles that I'm making. I gotta figure out what I did with my, oh, here they are. I didn't remember what I did with my other pieces, but here they are. So yeah. This fabric is still in the timeout box because I haven't picked it back up at all. I've been focusing on getting these done, and then maybe I'll pick back up with that one. But like I said, my sewing machine hates that kind of fabric, so. Anyway, yeah, so this is what I'm going to be working on today. I'm hoping to get these finished up and onto the clothing rack and done. I do have more things that are already cut out. Currently washing my new fabric so they can go on the shelf. Yeah, I mean, it's just a normal production day to day. I have been tidying up around the house. We have a house inspection tomorrow. I guess to make sure that everything is working fine or whatever. I have no idea. We rent, so it's not my inspection, but yeah. So now that I'm done tidying up for Monday, I'm working, and yeah. So I think I'm gonna go top off my tea and then come in here and get to work. So I've kind of decided to take most of the afternoon off because we do have our house inspection today. It's Tuesday, by the way. So I'm just gonna chill and wait for whoever shows up to do their thing. But I thought I would show you something else I've been working on over the past few weeks, is this. So this is my hermit crab tank. My humidity is a little low right here, so don't mind that. I'm working on getting that back up, but yeah. I only have one fella in here right now, and he's probably in here because that's the favorite place to go. My other three are in the quarantine tank, and they're under the sand, so, but yeah, this is one of my other little projects. Happy Wednesday. I did not get back into the studio yesterday afternoon after our house inspection. At least not for sewing. I did get a couple of new patterns made. I made a thigh-high stocking and a tights pattern. I've got some pretty cool plans for tights. Yeah, at least I think they're cool. So I guess we'll see. I have to order fabric for it, but that's gonna be a minute because I just bought all of this lovely fabric over here. Yeah, today I really want to get these tops finished. So that's going to consist of hemming the bottom. I have the insides finished. You can see there, and it's got a little shop tag. If you see the disco ball, you know it's from Cassandra's. So that's my new catchphrase for the shop. But anyway, I want to get these done today because I have a lot of other cutouts that I want to do. I think I'm going to switch up the fabric because I do have bras in this particular fabric. But I want to switch it up and do a different fabric, and then I'll kind of go back and forth between the fabrics, if that makes sense. So I want to get these done. I will show you what it looks like so far. Also, last night I was coming up with ideas to do on the bras to make them even prettier. So we'll see if that happens whenever we get to them. Let's see. There's that, and let me pin it in place. Now today I do have something special coming in the mail, so hopefully at the end of the Wednesday segment there will be a box opening, which I'm really excited about. Yeah, and then I think I have also decided, after talking to my husband last night about my idea, which doll I'll be taking to the comic and toy convention that we're going to at the end of the month. And also, I don't think I'm going to do a cosplay, but I am going to make a special t-shirt. So that is that. I'm just getting it in place so it looks right. Okie dokie. Are we ready for the big reveal? Because here it is. So that is what it looks like from the front. So it looks like with their arms down. I'm so happy with how this turned out. I think it looks great. I wish I could find more lace to replace this that I'm using, so I might have to go like antiquing or to the thrift store or something, so we'll see. But anyway, so I'm gonna have 1, 2, 3, 4 of these tops available in the shop April 1st. Let's see, I am running a sale currently. What are we doing? 20% off until March 31st. And then there's also, you get, I don't know if it combines or not, but if you spend $20, you get 20% off, and that runs until April 17th. So anyway, yeah, I'm going to get these tops finished up because they are almost done. I have to hem them and then add the Velcro when they're done. So that is that. I think next, I'm still not ready to work on this, but I do have some like white and floral fabric, but I've already worked on some floral. So I think I'm going to work on the olive green stuff that I have in there. I think that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to quit yapping and get to work. All right, here is the box opening segment of Wednesday. I'm really excited. Yeah, I found this gal on eBay last week. If you saw my Instagram post, you know what it is already. But if you don't follow me on Instagram, which I suggest you do because I show a lot of behind the scenes stuff anyway. This is a Smart doll that I've been eyeing for a while on the Smart doll website, and I just wasn't ready to get her, you know. But then I saw her on eBay, and she was in the States, and I knew it was time. So I'm gonna go ahead and open it. This is a Smart doll Bittersweet. Yeah, I've been wanting one for a while. I'm gonna look at this really quick. I believe this is my order receipt. It is. So that over there. Yeah. So this is what I got. And I'm so excited. This is who I'm taking to the convention with me at the end of the month. Do the box first, then we'll get to her. So we have her wig and her stand. And and we ho ho. I'm so excited. So I've been on this one for a while. And so according to the seller, she's had her for, or they've had her for like a year and a half. So. I do not mind having second hand. All dolls need a good home. Stay. Okay. So here she is. She's so pretty. I love the green eyes. That's what sold me, was the green eyes. So she does have a little bit of streaking hair from her wig, but that's fine. She's going to get a wig. So, or well, her wig's right here. But yeah, so this is Hildy, which is kind of a nickname for Hilda. She is my, like, Game of Thrones nerd. But the reason that I'm taking her to the convention is, okay, like a million years ago, there was a show called Gallivant. It was like a musical, medieval comedy type show. I enjoyed it when it came out, and then I recently showed it to my husband, who also enjoyed it. But King Richard, who my husband informed me was also in Supernatural, but I don't really know. I'm not that big of a Supernatural fan. Anyway, he's going to be at this convention. So I'm going to try to make her a t-shirt that says, I have a dragon. If you've seen the show, then you know that reference. But she's also, like I said, really big into Game of Thrones. Her favorite house is Mormont, which is my favorite house. Yeah, so here is her wig. I really like this color too. It's like a brownish black, easy brushed, but it's so pretty. I love it. I'm so happy that she's here. She was supposed to be here on Monday, but I guess the weather caused the mail to run late, which is okay. Stuff happens, but let me put this on her so you can get the full effect. Oops. So anyway, she's also going to get a t-shirt that says, Here We Stand, because that is the words of House Mormont from Game of Thrones. Okay, I'm going to have to take her head off. Hold, please. So fun fact, she is actually not my first classic style smart doll. My very first one that I purchased, which was like 6 or 7 years ago, was actually Starlight. But I have since sold her to a friend. Because I kind of prefer the semi-real girls. Not too big into the anime style, but you know, it is what it is. I did order her a new bust off of, I'll put the website here, because I'm not really sure how to pronounce it, but they were discontinuing the Smart Doll busts, so went ahead and purchased her one. Anyway, so yeah, my first Smart Doll actually ever was Starlight, and I ordered her like one of the really, really big busty busts, because I wanted her to be Yuri from Doki Doki Literature Club. How about that? That's a throwback, isn't it? But anyway, so yeah, I ended up selling her to a friend. But I like the Sunny Real Girls. But her name Hildy comes from once upon a time I used to do LARP, which is live action role play. And that was one of my LARP names was Hilda Bruin, because I was kind of bear themed. I kind of miss LARPing. I enjoyed whacking people with foam swords. That was pretty fun. Yeah, so she is, like I said, my kind of fantasy nerd. However, whenever I LARPed, I had to LARP with Daga here, because that's what my partner at the time was into, but I wanted to do SCA, so obviously she's going to be a member of the SCA. So yeah, that is Hildy. I also really liked her because she reminded me of Snow White from Once Upon a Time, the TV show. Because also really big into that. See, my husband is big into Supernatural, and I am big into Once Upon a Time. So, yeah. Anyway, I'm going to brush her wig out really quick because it needs a little help. But I think overall she's so pretty, and I'm so glad that she arrived today. So this gal will probably wind up with a Once Upon a Time Snow White outfit. Most likely. So let me finish up here. We are just about done brushing her hair. And we're done. Okay. Time for the big reveal. I'm so happy. And here she is. She's so pretty. Oh my goodness. Oh, her green eyes and the dark hair. She's just so lovely. She's so pretty. Happy Thursday. So this is the final segment of the vlog. I do have some mail here. Sorry, this person walking by. I have the windows open. It's super nice out today. I do have some mail here. I have two things that I ordered from eBay. The first thing, I should get in there. Oh, I see. Okay. First thing I have is stockings. Again, it was from the same seller that I got those shoes from last week. They weren't the shoes I originally ordered. They didn't have those in stock, so we switched them out. Same thing happened with these, but I think these work a little better. I got these for my Pumpkinhead girl, Susie. She's an MSD. I got her some little black and white stockings because I don't have this kind. And she's my, like, goth punk Victorian girl. She's got a pumpkin head. So, and then the second thing I have is Fluttershy's wig. So pretty excited to have that. I think not last week, but the week before, I got her eyes in. So now I have her wig, and I really like this color. This is gonna be perfect. Ah, it's so pretty. So I actually really like this. That works out very nicely, actually. Perfect. So as I was saying, the weather is actually really nice, and I'm toying with the idea of maybe trying to finish Fluttershy's face up this weekend. I don't know if I will or not, because I gotta dig all my face up stuff out of the closet, and the closet's kind of like a abyss. It kind of goes in there and you never see it again. But maybe if I feel adventurous, I'll pull it out and paint some doll faces. Because I also have a bunch of hands to paint too. So, yeah. Anyway, this was the first part of Thursdays. Now we're going to go over and do the second part and the last segment of this vlog. So, I'll meet you over at the clothes rack. Okay, so we are at the clothing rack. Last week we added 2 skirts. It was going to be 3, but one of the skirts actually had a hole in the fabric, so I'm keeping that one for myself, so it's put up. However, today I finished a pair of leggings. Yay for that. Those are going to go up there. I also finished 3 long sleeve crop top shirts. So those are going to go up. And then I'm going to go ahead and hang these up, but I decided not to go with Velcro. I'm going to go with snaps on these. And I have to sew the snaps on. But for the time being, I'm going to go ahead and hang them up because they are pretty much done. I just have to do like final touches. So let's go ahead and hang stuff up. Alright, so there are our finished items, mostly finished, up on the clothes rack. I hope you guys enjoyed this week's vlog, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!